crew, welcome back. My name is Coach Kaylee and I'm gonna lead you through a 20-minute restore program. All right, so today's workout is designed to make you a healthier rower and a stronger rower. So everything we do on the floor is gonna complement our rowing stroke, all right? So go ahead and strap those feet in. Good, handlebar's gonna come up. We're gonna sit it nice and tall in that catch position. You know the drill, shoulders are pressed down, proud chest, we push back to the finish in 3, 2, 1, push. Hold at the finish. Good, just for a moment, relax those toes so they're not pulling on the straps. Get that core really engaged. You can kind of go back and forth just a little bit. Feel the engagement, that's what we want. All right, now hold that core nice and tight. We're gonna go arms out and in 3, 2, 1, out and in. So try to follow me here, crew, today. Notice I don't have my monitor up today, all right, because I really want to feel my body in the stroke. Really feel all of the muscle activation. 86% of your muscles are going to be working. Good. So next up, we're going to add that body hinge, starting to layer in more muscles. All right, in 3, in 2, in 1, right here. Arms and body, body, arms. So feeling the hamstring stretch, contract. Notice the back stays nice and tall as you hinge forward. So that spine is nice and long, nice and straight. All right, we're gonna go into that half stroke here in 3, adding a little bit of legs in 2, in 1. We go arms, body, half bend, pushing to the finish. Arms, body, half bend, pressing to the finish. Good. Starting to feel those legs. Get a little bit more involved, get that blood flowing to the bottom half of your body. We're gonna move into that full stroke here. In 3, slow and quick back. In 2, adding a little bit more length. In 1, right here on this one, all the way into the catch, finish. So settling into that rhythm. 1 count back, 3 counts forward. 1, 1, 2, 3. All right, you ready to pick it up a little bit? It's only 20 minutes, so you gotta get that heart rate up just a little bit. Start to find about 75% effort here. All right, then we're gonna build the stroke rate up. When we build that stroke rate up, I want us to find closer to 80% effort. So we're still at this nice low stroke rate, following my rhythm. Quick back, slow in. All I want you to do, crew, today at home, give me a little bit more push to the legs. So you start to get that handlebar a little bit heavier. There it is. All right, you ready to pick it up? So starting to build that stroke rate up. Good, building it up. All right, just a little bit more. In 3, we'll settle in. In 2, there you go. In 1, right here. All right, this is our last song before we're on the floor. All right, so I want us to really start to get that heart rate climbing a little bit. Yes, that breath starting to go. All right, now I want you to think about your core activation. So a lot of times when we're rowing, our core may not be fully activated. And it's not necessarily core strength. It's just that we haven't found that full activation in this movement pattern. All right, so what I want you to do, crew, is start to think about relaxing your toes as you push back to the finish. All right, if you feel they're pulling on the straps a lot, try to relax them so they don't leave the foot plate. Easier said than done, I know. What's gonna happen? If you tell your feet to stop doing so much work, your abs have to take over. You're gonna feel it right away. Ha, right at the finish there. Now, second thing, on the way in, crew, check those toes. Are we pulling ourselves in at all? We don't wanna be. Good. Let that body just control and compress. Yes, there it is. Feel those abs working a little bit more? Good. That's the activation we want. All right. Now, can you give me just a little bit more pressure here? We're about to get off the rower and stretch out just a little bit more. We're working those rowing muscles today. Yes, we are. Huh. All right, so I want us to focus right now on that hip hinge, making sure our upper body's moving from 11 to 1. There it is. 11 to 1. Good. That's gonna come in handy in just a moment. Ha. There it is. Feel those muscles working. 86%. Quick back, slow in. Quick, slow. Close your eyes if you want. Feeling that rhythm. We're almost there. You got about 30 seconds. Can you stay strong for 30 seconds? I know you can. There it is. Just because it's restored doesn't mean we can't get a little uncomfortable, right? That's when our body and our mind starts to change. That's when growth happens, when we feel challenged. So let's lean into it just a little bit. Good, tall body, hinging 11 to 1, there it is. Nice at home. Good, focusing that breath, big tilt to finish. Inhale, exhale, there it is. Last two, one more. One, handlebar goes down. All right, unstrap those feet. We're gonna step off onto your mat. All right, at home, we're gonna start off with a good morning, but our arms are gonna be out wide. So you have an isometric hold in the upper body. You're gonna hinge at the hips, slight bend of the knees, spine is nice and long, and then squeeze the glutes as you come up. Isometric hold in the upper arms, upper body, pushing those hips back, feeling that stretch in the hamstrings, and then come up. Notice the spine is nice and long. My head just follows the angle of my body. Woo! It's amazing how tired your arms get, right? You're not even holding the weights. Good, shoulders are pressed down, those arms are locked into place. There it is. Good, you're gonna give me 2 more of these. We're gonna go into those walkouts. Last one, and then we'll take a step back on that mat. Take a step back, same hinge here, hinging at the hips, walking out to that high plank position. We're gonna just hold here for a second. Good, squeeze those glutes, wake that core up just a little bit. Now I want you to get your feet a little bit wider, send the hips up, reach the right arm for the left foot, then come back to that high plank position. Hips up, left arm for the right foot, back to that high plank. We call these a plank stretch here at Row House. So we're alternating between that hamstring stretch, that cross body stretch, and that high plank position, waking up the shoulders. There it is. Notice we have that same hip hinge happening. Yeah? All right, meet me at that high plank. You're gonna bring the body all the way to the ground, chest to the ground. Tuck the toes under and squeeze the body up. Woo! Feel those abdominals stretch. We're in a flexed position pretty much the whole time we row. So it's really good to lengthen it out a little bit. All right, we're gonna open the knees, send the hips back, child's pose. Enjoy it while we have it. Now, what I want us to think about doing here is walking those fingertips forward, and let's walk it a little bit to the right, sitting into the left side of the hips. You should feel that stretch all up the side body. Good, let's switch to the other side. Sit into the right side of the hips, feel that stretch all up the side body into those lats. Good, your lats, another muscle that's pretty much engaged the whole time you row. So it should feel good to stretch it out. Walk the hands back to center. We'll give it one more big stretch. Walk those hands forward, walk those fingers forward, press the hips back. Good, let that low back release. Good, we're gonna come back up all fours into that high plank. We'll bring the body all the way to the ground. Same movement we just did. Tuck those elbows in, press the body up, stretch out those abdominals. Ooh, you can look to the right and look to the left. All right, tuck those toes under. Find that high plank, send the hips up. Right arm reaches for the left foot. Back to that high plank. We find that plank stretch. We get that good hip hinge. Good, stretch and contract. Good, notice your abs are engaged the entire movement. I want you to think about every time you exhale as squeezing and tightening that core just a little bit more. Get that trunk nice and strong, nice and powerful. Good, we're gonna walk it up. So one hand comes in, roll it up, arms out nice and wide. Good mornings. So sending those hips back. And we're gonna be here for the rest of the song. So it's about a minute of work. Crew, those arms are gonna get tired, so shoulders press down, lock those arms into place. If they start to get too tired, you can bring them to like a more of an upside down V here. Find a 45-degree angle. You still got that strong isometric hold. All right, if you're feeling good, arms out long. Shoulders press down. I want all of those muscles in your upper back to just be locked into place. Nice and strong. We're feeling that stretch in the hamstring, squeezing those glutes as we open up the hips. There it is, good. If we can get really good at this, crew, our stroke is gonna be so strong, so healthy. We want a healthy stroke so we can have it for a long time, right? Rowing is so good for you. One of the best things about it, I think, is that you're always striving to get that better form. Getting that stroke just a little stronger, generating a little bit more power. Good. Just a quick check on those abs, make sure they're nice and tight. Good. Once again, you gotta think about activating those abs, right? I wish our abs would just naturally activate. Not how it works. So you really have to focus it. Put your thinking brain focused on it. Use that exhale. Get those abs a little tighter as you exhale. Good. I like to exhale as I go down. That's it. How are those arms feeling? Yeah? Mine are tired. Good. We're almost there. Last stretch. Once again, if you need to drop those arms to more of a 45-degree angle, you can. Crew, this is a really good movement to do if you have a light set of dumbbells, like super light. 2s, 3s, 5s maybe. All right. Shoulders pressed down. How's that upper back feeling? Strong? Awesome. I want to strengthen it before we get back on the rower. Almost there. That hip hinge is going to be so good by the end of today. Last 3, 2, 1 more. And grab some water. Let's get back on the rower. Woo! Arms are tired. It's amazing how much those arms weigh without any weights. All right, go ahead and strap those feet in. We're going to find a nice, easy stroke to start. Sitting up nice and tall. Match me on my stroke when you're ready. Good. We'll settle into that beat. 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, crew. So maybe you have your monitor up. Maybe you don't, like I do, or I don't. All right, I want you to think about finding 70% effort. So what does that feel like? Heart rate should start to climb. Legs should be pushing nice and strong. Should be like a light run. Running breath. So you might start to have 2 breaths per stroke. Something that you could maintain for, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes, no problem. Yeah? That's where I want you. Good. Start to align that breath with the movement. So when we talk about getting a healthy, strong stroke, breath is part of it. All right, we need that oxygen to fuel our muscles. So start to align the breath with the stroke. My preference is exhale at the finish, inhale, exhale as you come forward, and then a big inhale at the catch. 2 breaths per stroke. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. There it is. All right, check that posture. Nice strong hinge, 11 to 1. Amazing at home, you're doing great. If it feels too easy, I don't want you to think to yourself, oh, well, let's restore it, it should feel easy. No, we should still be at 70%, all right? That's a push pace at row house. That's that running effort, running breath. So if it feels too easy, I want you to push a little stronger with the legs, quicker back, slower in. There it is. There you go, good. Big exhale at that finish. Squeeze those abs a little bit more. We're gonna pick up the stroke rate in about 20 seconds. All right, when we do that, I want our intensity to go from 70% to 80%. So we're gonna push harder on that drive, catch that fan, and spin it nice and quick. If you're on a water rower, catch that water and spin it. Generate that intensity. All right, you ready? Tall body, posture strong. Let's start to build up just a little bit. Last one. In 3, we'll settle into this new beat. 1, lock it in. 1, 2, 1, 2. There it is. All right, we're here, 80%. Now this should be pretty strong. We're like a strong run, not quite a sprint, but it is a strong running breath. There it is. Good. The feeling on this strong run always reminds me of like the end of a race. When you've been going for a while and you're pretty exhausted, so you can't really go all out, but you're doing your best. But the best of what you've got at that moment is about 80%. That's what I want you to feel right now. Where you're working, your breath is going. It's uncomfortable, right? You can feel your body changing. All right, at home, I want to take a moment to just acknowledge that rowing is effort-based. Why is that important? Because you are doing the work. Yes, I'm not doing it for you. The weights aren't doing it for you. The resistance isn't doing it for you. You are creating that resistance. How cool is that? So every stroke that you're pushing, that resistance is strong, you generated that. Awesome. Let's lean into that a little bit. Focus on that breath. Close your eyes if you want. Feel the beat. 1, 2, drive. 1, 2, drive. There it is. All right, we're almost there. We got about 40 seconds here. Last 40 seconds of work, 80%. This is that moment. It's the end of the race, right? Where you're going, you're giving it what you got, and it's about 80% of your best. Let's do it. Nice long arms. Check that posture, tall body. The taller you sit, the more active your core is gonna be. That's what we want, right? It's always my goal. I want you to think about me tomorrow when you laugh. In order to do that, you gotta sit up nice and tall. All right, I want you to see that finish line. Finish strong. Every stroke matters. Last couple strokes. Give me 4. 3 more. 3, 2 more. 2, last one. Good, lighten it up, lighten it up, lighten it up. Lengthen that recovery. All right, we get to cool down now. But I want us to focus on maintaining core connection as we push, just adding time on the recovery. Maintain core connection on the drive, lengthen the recovery. Quick, slow, yes. Good. All right, we're gonna move it to half stroke here in 3. I know, that was quick. We're already there. In 2. Woo. And 1. Half stroke. What a great way to start your day. If you're feeling energized and ready for more, I challenge you to pair this with one of our signature classes or power classes. Or if you're feeling like, man, my stroke's on point, feels healthy and strong, go jump into one of those full row classes. Really put it to the test. All right, legs stay straight in 3, in 2, and 1. Just the arms and body. Now right here at home, I want you to focus on the toes. Relax them. Don't let them use the straps. Pretend like those straps are not even there. Keep the soles of the foot connected to the foot plate. We're not doing a final stretch today. So our final arms only is gonna be it. All right, we pause back in 3, in 2, and 1. We get 5 good arms only. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Handlebar goes down. Amazing job today. Once again, my name is Kaylee. This was a 20-minute restore program. If you're done for the day, me too. If you want to pair it with one of our other workouts, go for it. We'll see you next time.